Hello guys, hi yo, welcome to stream. Hello. ഹായ് ഇന്നത്തെ ടൈറ്റിൽ വേറൊന്നുമല്ല. ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് ഒരു സ്ട്രെസ് റിലീഫായിട്ട് കിങ്ഡം കം ഡെലിവറൻസ് കളിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി. ആൻഡ് ദ ഫസ്റ്റ് തിങ് ദാറ്റ് ഐ സോ വാസ് എ ഗാംബ്ലർ. സോ ഐ വാസ് ലൈക്ക് ഓക്കെ ഐ ട്രൈ ടു മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ മൈ മണി. ആൻഡ് യെസ്, ഞാൻ അതുകൊണ്ട് കളി തുടങ്ങി. ആൻഡ് ദെൻ ഐ ഡോണ്ട് റിമെമ്പർ ഹൗ ലോങ് ഐ പ്ലേഡ് ടു ലൈക്ക് ഫൈനലി വിൻ ഇറ്റ്. ബട്ട് here we are, and I realized that I am very interested in Farkle. I don't know how or why or when, but yes, I am now into Farkle all day, every day, even though I lost most of my matches. But anyways, വേറെ പ്രത്യേകിച്ചൊന്നും പറയാനില്ല. Let's just start with the stream, I guess. I guess I'll put background video.
The flower that does anything. It said the flower hosts a virus. That's the progenitor virus. Is that right, Jeff?
Yes. And Excella's Ouroboros is just made directly from this flower.
Right. More time over. Alright, let's go faster. So they continue on from the research lab and they fight some new and improved biological weapons and they reach rooms filled with pods. And Chris is there. He says, these ones look similar to the ones that were in the photo with Jill. Remember Jill? I love Jill. And then you go, Bezos, real fast.
No worries. So Chris goes over to a computer and finds a file on Jill on this computer. But then the platform they're standing on lowers.
And they're inside that big city from the Matrix.
And they have to fight a monster. They defeat this
You did it, Chris. You pops out of the wall and it comes towards
Fox
the
3,
pan.
missile off the rails.
On my marker.
It's right.
Wings up.
Jill.
I need to go get him back.
Wings up.
Then Excella calls
I'd say eat
on
my
the
dust,
computer.
but
Hello?
you're already
Hello?
dead,
Can you
amigo.
hear me? No, you got your audio input and your output section. Yeah, no, that's it. That's yes. Hello, it is me. I am Excella.
Weren't you given orders to retreat?
So it was you.
Why? As if I need to explain myself to you.
So Excella was the one
My shields
who
recharge.
ordered the
Wings. Fox 3, with your trails, sit down.
You're on it.
Eat an Art Star.
Even if I did, I think I will tell you. Our start out.
easily.
Thermite out. Throwing thermite.
They run
Eat an Art Star.
the military and their guarding. Long way.
Fuck.
This confirms
ways
Chris's
this could
biggest
end.
fear of all. Albert
chose this
Wesker
one.
survived that fall 2 years ago. Now, they find another lab and they confront Excella. Excella, you were really good on that phone call. If you have something to say to me, say it to my face. Well, shoot.
And they would get no information about her. She'd be dead.
Well, what's more,
Jill's the most...
stopping these two, saving the world.
No, Jill.
And Excella says,
Fox 3, sending the payload.
Oh no.
I'd say eat my dust, but you're already dead, amigo.
Enjoy.
uh-oh,
Throwing
our
thermite.
man in a chair has just stood up.
Recharging
Chris
shield.
and Shiva say
Attention.
you are planning to sell these biological weapons. Aren't you?
Box 3, dumping the pods.
Got company out there. Off the way.
Wings up.
Okay, so she wants to improve mankind by making them all gross and squid bits, but at least strong.
Yes, the ones who survive will have superhuman abilities, and the others will
Wings out.
Throwing
I
our
guess
star.
that makes sense. Uh-oh, then Squid Agent 47. So this uses this thrower. If you head on.
Wings up. Box 3, firing missiles.
The jig is up. You can stop standing
Eat a
with your
thermite
back
grenade.
intercepted by the cloaked woman.
Sorry,
The
Scrappy.
cloaked woman
Looks
fights
like you
off
threw
Chris
away
and
your
Shiva
shot.
very easily. And then a stray bullet from Chris knocks the woman's mask off. She retreats. Oh, I'm gonna get a good look at her face. Now, here's the spoilers, boys. That's what she looks like. Oh, Josh, he's put on. So also, look out, there's Whisker.
I'd say eat my dog. Wesker.
പുല്ല് കോപ്പറേറ്റ് അടിക്കുക പേടിയാവും.
Oh my god, I've heard so much about him.
Well, isn't this one big
Spotted.
family?
Spotted. Double timing.
Wings out.
Chris is confused by this because I'll speed. Then Whisker takes the hood off the cloaked woman.
Box 3, I got radar lost. Recharging shields.
Throwing our star.
Hear that? Halfway to winning, halfway to buying me a drink.
We should on, you dummy.
Box 3, launch missiles.
Considering
Wings up.
Bandit
here.
4 times. No, you don't impress
Knock,
me
knock.
very much.
I'm here, Mr. Pathfinder.
ഓ എൻ്റെ മോൻ എൻ്റെ ഷോൾഡർ.
My shields are recharging.
Wings out. Box 3, sending it home. Thermite out.
Get yourself together, wake up!
Wings up.
Whisker is astounded
Wow.
at Jill's resistance.
Wasn't that
he
a
then
weird thing?
activates a device that injects more of the mind control serum into Jill. Oh no. Whisker leaves Jill
Wings out.
the pain Jill to
Box 3, visual kill, good tone.
That's not
എൻ്റെ മോനെ എന്ത് ഇത്?
safely I could see
were multiple
everything
ways
that
this
was
could end.
happening, but I couldn't
chose this one.
control it.
Chris, my partner, you must go on ahead, and you have to stop Wesker from spreading the Ouroboros. You're the only one that can stop Wesker. Shiva, please. Please, I beg you.
Box 3, sending the payloads.
You guys
Chris and Shiva, continue.
I'll wait
Recharging
here.
shields.
And they see Wesker. They wait till mine and sneak on behind them. This is sneaking onto the ship.
Actually, they are very good at sneaking onto the ship, Jeff. They sneak onto the ship so
Wings
well
out.
that Excella doesn't even see it coming.
Where's Wesker?
Maybe I'll tell you. Going out, sir.
Throwing thermite.
Hey, now,
Oh,
I
let's-
can't turn a wheel. We haven't gone through
പൊളിച്ചല്ലേ ഉള്ളൂ what the hell ഭയങ്കര പൊളിയാണ്
Tango spotted.
She has
Stay
dropped
close.
one of the
Wings up. Top 3 firing missiles.
Then they can come back to Wesker.
CCTV. Whilst watching
were
them,
multiple ways
has a
this could end.
flashback to the mansion scene
I
from
chose
2 years
this
ago.
one.
Remember when everyone fell out the window?
No.
Wesker is having a chat.
Alert 5, Valkyrie on station. We are go for burn. Burn is good.
Oswell is talking about
The captain's turned off the no seatbelt sign. You are free to move around the outlands.
Off the bike. Spotted. Spot. Double time.
Fox 3, got radar lock. Eat a thermite grenade. Wings out.
What else, Wesker? You're the survive.
ബ്രദർ ഞാൻ വളരെ
You're already dead, amigo.
Born of a tube. For you see, Wesker, I aim to become a god amongst men, and so I needed other people to be injected with this thing to test it. And you test it, thank you.
Wings up.
But all of his plans were deferred when Bradley
Off the bike. Spotted.
Wings out.
until the day
Charging up my shield.
is disappointing. But if we
Wings out. Fox 3, missiles to rails.
but himself. He has no body.
It's true, Chris. You're one of the good guys. Oh, wow. I wish I could meet someone like you. So it turns out that it's not just diarrhea. It's actually an Ouroboros. Then suddenly, bing, 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 bong. Is that Wesker?
Chris, it's nice to see you again. How have you been?
But the Ouroboros rejects Excella, and her body begins to anamorph.
My daddy!
And she starts consuming the huge pile of dead bodies. Anyway, it grows into an enormous creature and it takes over the ship. They find an RPG and then they hit Excella right in the mouth or whatever. They stop Excella. That's pretty cool. Now you also own a ship. So they continue on to find Wesker. Now, this time they've reversed the roles. They're looking at CCTV of Wesker and they see him preparing a bomber aircraft. Oh my god. They realize that this is how he plans to spread the Ouroboros, using a bomb. Suddenly, it's an incoming call from Jill. Chris and Sheba pick up. Ahoy hoy. You're so worried about me, Chris. I appreciate your concern. I worry about you too sometimes. Now shut up and listen. You see...
Wesker's superhuman strength. It comes from a virus.
No shit. Have we not been operating on that premise the whole time? Did we just think he worked out a lot? Alright, go on, Jill. Give me the breaking news from 2 years ago.
But the virus is unstable. In order to maintain a balance, he must inject himself regularly with a serum.
Right. Okay, that is new.
So if we cut the supply of serum, he loses his strength.
Affirmative. But he just took a dose, so it's going to be a while before he needs another one.
Damn. Why is that so funny? It is, and I don't know why. Now, one more thing. It also has to be a precise dose, meaning that too much will actually poison him. Thankfully, however, Chris and Sheba have a vial from the thing that Excella dropped, and so they can give him the wrong amount?
Yeah.
Awesome. You're breaking up. No, Jill. No. Back to Jill and Josh. Now that they've got the message out, they need to move on. They fight through all the stuff, and they get to the pickup point where they expect to find a pilot, Doug, who's gonna save them. But instead, they are swarmed by a swarm of infected people.
Death.
But then Doug does
Nothing
arrive.
phases me.
Just in time. Hooray! The day is safe. Uh-oh, though. Jill is wounded. Doug gives cover as Josh helps a wounded Jill into the helicopter. Come on, Jill.
Jumpmaster
I'll
actual.
fancy
Valkyrie has the ball.
an enemy fires.
Hell yeah!
It hits Doug and he dies. Now, Josh and Jill, they fly.
Wow. DC ആണ് വേണ്ടി ക്യൂ ചെയ്തതല്ലേ?
Chris and Shiva. They've been fighting through the tunnel, and they're about to arrive at the door, and there he is. Wesker. This is But to be fair, Ethan's failing his mission too.
We don't ever get tired of chasing you, Wesker. We will stop you together as partners.
Wings up.
That's right, partners with romantic feelings, right, Shiva?
I'm kind of more into Josh, but
Focus on the mission, focus on the mission. So, Wesker then throws his sunglasses behind him,
Wings out.
for some reason. So Wesker has used that as a distraction, and then he puts his sunglasses back on inside at night. Which his eyes, I told you.
Wings close. We'll still got a minute.
So Chris is firing his gun, and then Wesker is dodging. Then they grapple, and Wesker goes, I know Kung
Heavy
Fu.
ammo here.
And Chris goes, I know Ubuntu.
Energy ammo
and then
here.
Wesker does a sick flip. He grabs Shiva by the head. Oh no! And Chris says, I'll fire a gun right through your fucking face. Shiva.
I'll bag that.
I
Let's
have
nix
Jill
that last part.
Valentine now. I don't need you no more. But
Wings
then
up.
all of a sudden, legs and arms and more kicking, and they get side. Then out of sync, Shiva says, but uh-oh, looks like Wesker dropped his pen. He'll want that back. Cutscene from Metal Gear Solid 2.
10 seconds, but the ring's near.
Backpack here. Level 3.
Either way, I'm not gonna stop until I'm dead.
Appreciate it.
No thanks needed. Buy me a drink though. Wings out.
Ooh, a contender.
We're outside the ring.
Come on,
Move.
folks. They
So I
can't
get
dance with
barbecue.
themselves. Well, they can, but it's pretty boring. Who will challenge this perfect physique?
Then they grab Wesker from the back. But then she
Hey,
injects
thanks.
Wesker with the goo. Badoo. Ugh. Goo. My one weakness. Why was it so difficult for him to pull that out?
because he's now poisoned.
So even though Wesker's powers are now reduced, he jumps away like fucking Superman and gets into the stealth bomber. So Wesker's there and he's driving the plane away, and then they're running after it, but the tail at the back is left open. Wait, hold on. Why is Chris able to run up to that thing, but Shiva's lagging behind? This is kind of sick. This game, Okay, good.
She could have got up on her own, alright. She didn't need Chris.
No, yeah, it's disgusting. Okay, so they leave on the X-Men plane. So they board the ship, right? And Wesker's just
Over here. Package over there.
now. I'll have the Chardonnay. In economy. And
Returning.
Chris, watching your Prince.
I go take a sweet ankle. Moving.
Wings up. Under fire.
Fire. Frag out. Frag out. Recharging.
Got another squad.
ഓക്കെ ഇറ്റ് ഡസൻ മാറ്റർ കാരണം എന്തായാലും 2 സ്റ്റാറിന് എനിക്ക്
Blink first.
ലെവലപ്പ് ആവും. ഞാൻ 110 ആവും. എനിക്ക് പെട്ട് കിട്ടി. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഡസൻ മാറ്റർ.
But he's on feeling. Wesker is weakened, but he is still far stronger than both Chris and Shiva.
But he's just weak enough that they managed to get him with another injection
Oh,
of that
20 minutes through,
virus from Excella.
You're just another one of Umbrella's leftovers.
Okay, that's very good.
Okay, now what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess 5 more logins and Apex would be done for a month.
The whole time. Get fucked. This is so stupid. Then they pull the lever. Oh shit. Chris got it just in time. So the plane door begins opening. Oh no. It's depressurizing. Hold on, Jill. Hold on, Wesker.
Wesker begins to fly towards the back, but he grabs Shiva's ankle and holds on for dear life. Shiva's battling with him. He's got me ankle, Tris. I don't know what to do. I'll think about it. Oh, I'm having a flashback. Now's not the time, Chris. Oh, for God's sake, you're too damn slow, Chris. I'm doing this myself. Goodbye, everybody. Shiva, let's go with the pillar. Chris says, no! And quickly dives after her. Thanks. Wesker flies out the back, whilst Chris and Shiva remain on the plane hurtling towards the volcano.
Are they really about to fly into a volcano?
Yep, 100%. That is what is about to happen. Get the fuck out of here. Why?
Let's run with it. So, of course, the bomber flies into an active volcano, and nothing makes any sense anymore. Oh, they're definitely dead.
Nah. That was a smooth landing.
Get the fuck out of here. This is ridiculous. So they stagger away from the wreckage, because of course they've survived that too. So they're collecting loot in the volcano. And then, guess who else has survived? That's right, it's Wesker. But guess who didn't survive? His shirt.
It's over, Wesker! Over. I'm just getting started.
This is exactly where I wanted to be, in a volcano on a Sunday night. Time for me to drink all of the missile juice, and I will become even stronger owing to the virus. Oh, no, they would be fucked though, right?
Yeah, I guess he's trying to inhale more Ouroboros here is the plan.
But it's like they're in a big...
Yeah, so they would all inhale it.
Yeah. They're all dead.
Now, with all this virus juice pumping through Wesker's veins, he's barely in control, and he stumbles towards Chris and Shiva.
I'm out of control.
They run away, but Chris falls, and he must find a way back up to Shiva. To get back to Shiva, he needs to make a bridge to cross over the lava.
Oh my god, there's no time for something like that.
Well, there is when you have guns like Chris. Chris uppercuts a boulder and pushes it into the lava to make a bridge.
What's happening right now? This reminds me of that scene from Until Dawn where he just rips the whole, moose's head off with his bare hands. So he sucker punches the boulder, then what happens?
Chris and Shiva reunite, and they prepare to face Wesker for the last time.
But they find a weak spot on Wesker.
What's the weak spot, Zuck?
His heart.
Oh my god.
Wesker, don't do it. Think of the children.
No, they mean his heart, like on most humans.
Never mind. So they take turns stabbing their knives into his heart. Wesker then backs away to a rock platform that breaks off. I'll get you two. The problem is they're too potent up here. Together, the way we cooperate, we will be able to destroy anyone. That's your problem. You can't stop him. Says Wesker. How magnanimous of you in defeat. Wesker sinks into the lava.
Let's go on an adventure!
Let's not help you fall into lava, by the way. You've seen what happens if you throw organic matter into a volcano. Here's some footage we can splice in. What happens is the water instantly vaporizes, and so it just bobs everywhere. So anyway, you see it in movies and stuff. Someone falls into a volcano, and they go, melting, but it's no, it would be they'll be bopping around. Then they go, God, I wish there was a helicopter, because it is about 2,000 degrees in here. And all of a sudden...
the helicopter, with Josh and Jill, comes over the horizon. It's coming to rescue Chris and Shiva.
Oh my god, it's Jill! I thought she was wounded.
Not anymore!
I found you in the volcano! She really does.
Jill throws down a ladder, and the two begin to board.
Chris goes first. No, what a gentleman. Oh, grab the ladder, retard. Do you know how awesome it would be if he just missed? At 11:59 PM in the game, and he sank into the fucking lava.
They make it up onto the helicopter.
Hard enough for you?
But just as they're about to fly away, Wesker's huge tentacles,
Get out of here. What? Yeah, go on.
they lunge out and they grab the helicopter.
This is bullshit.
All about the fair treatment of animals.
But thankfully,
I have the
there's
koala
two
vacations.
RPGs on this helicopter.
Why would that matter at this point?
So Chris and Shiva, they fire them in unison at Wesker together as a team. And
Well done!
it blows him up.
Well, you're here now, I suppose.
Hello.
Have fun.
It
Okay.
flies away together as the sun
Well,
rises.
what? Have fun
Ouroboros
saving
is now
wildlife.
destroyed,
Thanks.
and the world has been saved again. His longtime
Hi.
partner is back, and his
Hello.
arch
You are the
nemesis
universe.
is dead.
And you know what else, Jeff? Like the Metal Gear Solid.
Stay away. I warn you.
I find myself wondering.
My jokes are for quality.
A future without fear.
Why did the chicken cross the
Yeah.
road?
It's
Look at the other side.
Anyway, credits.
Duh.
Then they get married.
Questions and research.
Yeah. Ha.
Alright, what are the sales like? 12?
How fortunate.
Holy
That's a lot of units.
That is a lot.
Yeah. Ha.
Now, I heard there was a bit of a controversy with this game. Because it was set
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5 was criticized for depicting a white protagonist killing black enemies in a small African village. According to movie editor, Resident Evil 5 is not racist, it's anthropologist. What is happening? Okay, I'm gonna read nothing but headlines. This is brilliant. This is how I'm gonna get all my news. For better or worse, Resident Evil 5 exposes racism.
Resident Evil 5 is
So racist. But then, the actor says,
It's in Africa. It's been in Antarctica.
okay, is that Chris? Holy shit, he's got ads there. Don't worry about the race.
like honestly, we have like these points. Like this is a good game.
Yeah, like Africa is they don't call it They set it up with Josh Stone to look like he had a plagueis in him and be all suspicious in that when nothing happened.
Red herring, classic film trope. If you will.
That's it.
I believe so.
You know what I like about Josh Stone? It's that if he was in charge,
The mistake was mine.
he's just like like give him something that makes him kind of different. Like if he had one of those hats with the spinny things on top, and he just liked to wear it, he would go, "Oh, okay, there's something going on. Maybe it's the source of it's a bit more.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I do think Jess is one of the most emotionally constipated characters we've come across.
It's a mix of I'm incredibly well adjusted and stoic, and also I don't know how to deal with it.
They put her in a cage at night.
See, here's the thing. Why would you put it on the outside of the body?
Another raven!
Birthday parents died. She needs umbrella for it.
As you would, yep.
Mm-hmm. Made sense. Did she get her parents back at the end? Did she fall in love with Chris? Does she decide she wants to be with John?
It is all right.
You know what? She doesn't really have an arc at all, does she?
No.
She just exists.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of annoying because this game spent a whole lot of time setting up Chevy's characters and no resolution to anyone.
I quite like.
She was neato.
The thing I like
Wow.
with this outfit. Wow. She knows. She
Destined to perish. None will remain.
Giovanni. So is she Italian as well?
I suppose, yes.
Irving.
Ricardo Irving.
Irving was his last name.
Yes.
What's the relationship dynamic like? It's so clear. Yeah, I think he said it. Well, that's pretty cool. By the way, in case you didn't pick it up, he loved her. He did. And that's why he decided to play to win her that much. Landscape.com story mode.
Rains down upon them.
Well, maybe she could.
Ragnarok is on their dear side.
See, we're on the dining hall. We're right next to the clubhouse. We're going to go straight from here to a park.
I have been humbled once
What are you talking about? This is my last Joel. Tess has been bitten by one
On
of
my
the
way.
infected.
She's the one who hides the bite from everyone. Oh my god, how long
Take
have
this
you
jungle
been
bug.
like this?
The caddy puts away the putter, like quietly in the background.
This was 3 weeks. I was bitten an hour ago, and it's already yours. It's fucking real, Joel.
I don't believe it.
Out the window. Now Joel changes the conversation from golf. He says, over there,
your middle tower is under attack.
He'll take us in. Maybe he'll adopt you.
Your middle
Maybe
tower
you'll end up
has
with a
been
new
destroyed.
dad. Wouldn't that be great, Ellie? So they wander up a path and find Lincoln. Now, Lincoln is also known as
your
Bill's
middle tower is
so
under
they've
attack.
gone from here to here. They've walked a total of 5 hours. The important thing about
On my way.
is that it's booby trapped
Okay.
everywhere, so you have to be really careful when you walk around. Suddenly, we open one of the doors and we get... So you hang them upside down and you go to shoot at the zombies as they come at you. Ellie, man cuts its head off with an identity. That's Bill. Let's go this way, Joel, says Bill.
Gods are doomed. Destiny.
So you probably know, find out, Bill has a secret. He is gay. Now, they keep it extremely subtle, so I think we should also be. Oh, hi Joel, it's so wonderful.
Getting old.
Your sacrifice was necessary.
I'm just checking for light
Tough interrogator. Now, while Bill is doing this, Ellie suddenly... Says, I guess I have a car. Alright, let's do it. Let's go on a road trip. No, you don't understand. It doesn't work. You see, all the batteries in cars are dead, and so you won't be able to start it. Alright, where do I find a new battery? Well, I guess you can go humping around the house. Perhaps we could do it together, as a team, as a trio. And Bill goes, you know what, kid? You're alright. Oh, yes, Bill. Oh, you're so incredibly straight. You know, they're running through all the... Now, Joel, sorry to tell Bill that Tess is dead. Now, here we just go back some abandoned house, right? Where's the battery?
My darkness will be gone.
I bet you get a lot of ladies in the backseat of this one, huh, Bill?
There's still some juice in it. Bill says to Ellie, hop out. You're not old enough to drive. I'm going to get in the driver's seat. But then, when he tries to start the car...
Battery's drained, but cells are alive.
Meaning?
Meaning, we push it, get it started, the alternator will recharge the battery.
So they open the garage door.
And they start pushing the car. And eventually they start the car properly.
And they go, oh, quick, we gotta jump in the back. Hooray, we got it working. At this point, Bill decides to go off. Bill goes, ready. Get the fuck out of here. Very emotional. Also, I just wanted to make things awkward. Tess is dead. Oh, wow. Anyway, I just wanted to make you feel bad. Goodbye. So off they go, are driving. Ellie is supposed to be in the back seat sleeping. Joel is trying not to drift off to sleep as he's driving. And then she whips out a magazine.
It's got some interesting photos.
Ellie, that ain't kids.
Whoa! How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
Look, hold your horses. I want to see.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh.
Bye.
Why are these all stuck together?
Nice job.
Anyway,
These guards are
Good
true.
stuff.
You are truly a shining star.
Turns up the steps out of the road. I was like, like, do anything you need help? But he sees it, so he starts accelerating. The man who's pretending to be hurt suddenly opens arms, and then a bus comes out and T-bones this bus. They go sailing into the front door of a bodega. Buckle, but then this dude shows up and grabs Ellie and then Joel is grabbed by another dude and he's taking over. No, Joel.
Overwhelming!
Ultimate is ready.
All that is down. Light be the judge.
So sorry.
No problem.
It is all right.
So Joel and Ellie make their way up to the top of the see a vast
by being a sniper. Joel is using his butcher sense. Joel, you gotta consume 4 potions and eat 3 chicken breasts.
Anyway, they kill them all. Gunned
down by hunters in a Humvee. Loot the corpses then and they dry off. It seems as though they help the predators out here in the city. They must avoid the Humvee.
You are the universe.
And then eventually, Ellie and Joel...
You're a beast!
You are truly a shining star.
Joel is a man, and he starts choking Joel out. Ellie goes control, but gets knocked back. Eventually, Joel gets the upper hand.
These gods are doomed. An enemy has been slain. This is destiny. An ally has been slain.
Bunch of this. This would have a brilliant
So sorry.
Henry says.
On my way.
These gods are doomed.
He strikes Sam.
Good stuff.
Sam says, wow. Okay, puts the toy back down.
So the group make it back to Henry and Sam's hideout, which is an old office space. Ellie asks Sam,
How long have you guys been holed up in here?
A few days. We found a bit of food, though. Here. Blueberries. Found a whole stash of them. You want some?
Ah, no thanks, Henry. I never eat anything blue. Red bread only.
Joel says to Henry,
Henry, why haven't you left us? Why isn't it hanging around there with all the color?
We wait for the right opportunity.
to the bridge. He's not allowed to smile, you know.
An enemy has been slain.
Night will always
Aside.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy defense.
It has been an honor.
So Henry and Sam run off, but Ellie is loyal to the end, so she jumps back down. Suddenly, the Humvee bursts through the gate. Joel makes it underneath the roller door just as the Humvee opens fire. They made it. Joel and Ellie are now in a old bar. Now they take out the Humvee, leave the bar, and once outside, they can see, oh, the bridge. But the Humvee bursts through the second barrier.
Joel and Ellie then sprint as fast as they can towards the bridge, but the Humvee is hot on their tails, and they finally make it to the middle of the bridge. But it's been blown out. Oh no, they can't get across.
Joel, we have to jump. We can't do it, it's too much of a risk. There's no time, Joel. And then she does a wicked cool dive bomb. Joel runs after her. Kersploosh. So, they survive the fall, but they're being dragged by the river. They manage to find each other in the river. Joel goes, "Hold my hand, Ellie." Joel manages to grab Ellie, but then a big current sends them sailing into a big rock. Cut to black. Chapter 6. Joel wakes up on a beach, and Ellie and Sam are standing over him.
Joel, we did it. We're alive.
So Henry then walks over saying,
"He's good. Everything's fine."
Joel then gets up, he's powerful mad, and he pushes Henry to the ground, taking Henry's gun from his hand and pointing it at him. "Ah, you left me to die out there, did you?"
If it was the other way around, would you have come back for us?
Joel throws his gun to the ground, and Henry gets back to his feet, and they have decided to continue on together as a reluctant team. Henry then says,
Listen, that radio tower is on the other side of this cliff, so it's gonna be full of supplies. You're gonna be glad you didn't kill me, alright?
So they get to this, emptied out suburb, and they're trying to navigate their way through to get to the radio tower. Now, along the way, there is a sniper who is perched at a house that is kind of right on a hill, and so they have to sneak past the sniper. "Come on, caddy, don't just be standing around." No, the caddy has been shot. What a turn of events. Eventually, they sneak their way over to the house and they kill the sniper. But Joel, now it's time for you to become the sniper, because that Humvee is back. And this time, it's driving through the suburbs.
Is the Humvee the main antagonist of this game?
For a while, yeah. And oh my god, it looks like they're going to get grabbed by the zombies, but Joel shoots most of them, and eventually, Joel takes down the Humvee. Now that sends all the zombies running. So they go to the backyard, they leave out a hole in the fence, and off they go. Yo, is that the plank again? And you can see the radio tower just in the distance. They set up camp at the top of the radio tower, and they're having a bit of downtime, bit of R&R. So Ellie comes in and has a chat with Sam. Sam starts asking questions about being a zombie. Kind of suspicious. Anyway, Ellie gives Sam the toy from the toy store to try and cheer him up. "Come on, Sam, look at this thing." But Sam is not in a mood to play with transmogrers because he has secretly been bitten by the zombie. Ellie doesn't see. "Yes, it is my secret," says Sam, and everyone goes to sleep. We cut to the next morning. Ellie is sleeping very comfortably on the floor. There is Henry.
Blueberries.
He is stirring a pot of delicious cooked canned peaches with a few blueberries sprinkled on the top. So Henry's like, "I let Sam sleep in. Why don't you go fetch him, Ellie? Go on." So off Ellie goes. She opens the door and Sam's just kind of standing there. Sam then tackles Ellie into the other room and she's screaming for help. "Oh, Joel, help me." Joel quickly runs to grab the gun from his backpack, but Henry's like, "I don't think so, Tin."
That's my fucking brother!
Screw it.
Henry then shoots Sam, and then he fires the gun again, but this time, he's in front of him. This is terrible timing, Sandra. They just released the new blueberry flavor of Gamer Sucks. Henry loved blueberries.
No!
In keeping with the tone, let's lighten the mood with a little emotion.
Be ready to engage, Op 4.
Or perhaps drag it through punch. And thus ends
Setting the welcome.
black.
Taking the razor blue.
10 seconds to insertion.
That is very ominous.
5 seconds to insertion.
The scene opens to a forest.
Go away,
Joel and Ellie
Stay clear of the blast zone.
Ellie reads a nearby sign. Jackson County. So Joel says, "It's going to be a few more miles. And the caddy's back." There's a new one. He says, "That's great, Joel. Where my legs tired." Now, Ellie asks, "We're going to go see Tommy, aren't you excited?" "No, a hydroelectric power station." So they cross the river and they head towards the facility. Now,
Deploying mobile cover.
People pop up on the towers on the other side and they drop the gun. A woman then says, "Joel, don't even think about reaching for your gun. And also, Ellie, put down yours." Come on, Ellie, we've got to do as I say. So they both put their guns away and the lady says,
Are you guys lost or something?
Well, we actually didn't know this place was occupied. We were just gonna make our way through.
Then, suddenly, a male voice says, "They're alright."
You know these people?
Yeah, I know him.
Suddenly, the gate opens and reveals a man. And what a man! It is... Tommy and hugging. And maybe more?
You're fucking old.
Well, that's not my fault. Time passed and my daughter died.
Are you still talking like that?
Ah, I'll never give it up. This is Maria. She runs all sorts of stuff around here.
Also, you're my brother-in-law.
What? So Tommy got married to Maria. Anyway, Maria asks Ellie.
Oh, what brings you through here?
I was eating blueberries and I got lost. I wasn't looking at the road. So Tommy and Maria then invite Ellie to go to some food. And as they're walking around, radio. And the radio says, "Start the pond back up. Check it out." Tommy goes, "I'll go."
Reload!
Stay with Maria. Off Joel and Tommy goes. On the way, Tommy says,
I have something for you, Joel. All the way to Texas. Most of our stuff was long gone, but Tommy hands Joel a photo of him and says,
Op 4, last stop standing. Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
Sure. Let me just go check on my guys real quick.
So they go over. Actually managed to get the whole thing going. Joel and Tommy then go into Tommy's office. And Tommy goes,
Joel, why'd you leave Boston?
"Well, I've been there for quite a while, little brother. I've had quite the adventure, but it's time to move on."
I reckon you left because of something to do with that girl that's with you.
I'll tell you, Tommy, you're right. Ed's got everything to do with that young girl. You see, she's immune. Dun, dun, dun.
Immune? Come on. What are you talking about?
I know. I've seen her breathe enough spores to take down a dozen men.
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
Cut off and stuff it. And he's the one who's going to have to fix it. And like I can see how that would be a very heavy weight to have on your shoulders.
Deploying shield.
That's not true. At least I don't think that sort of stuff when you get checked.
10 seconds to insertion.
Oprah, this is the
Down to 5 seconds.
Were you on drugs?
Time to
Zero drugs. If I saw that video though, and it wasn't me, I'd got nothing to say on
Prime,
drugs.
sounds clear.
I mean, I don't care what they say. Yeah.
Welcome back deployed.
He also wasn't jacking. I felt like I had to address that in the video. Casey Neistat said he was. South Park featured it as a large part of one of their episodes. It seems like thousands and thousands of people were saying that he was jacking it into the streets. But there is absolutely no corroboration from it. There were no witnesses who said that he was jacking it. There were no police who said that he was jacking it. The footage doesn't show him jacking it. And so, and it's become part of the story now. It is what it is. I read this very long interview, can't remember where it was published, and it talks about the scope of the delusions. And I cut this bit out for the sake of brevity, but he says all is made up. He says you gotta. And he says, "Hey man, we have to rearrange all the books on my bookshelf in chronological order so that we can determine what humanity should do next." Like crazy. So this is like a full-on mental break, and a month in a mental hospital. And I don't know. It seems to me if you're gonna feel pity, breakdown, spends a month in a mental hospital. Anyway, sorry about pretty soon.
Swapping mag!
Jason Russell talked about his mental breakdown, and it's a really good interview. It goes for about 30 minutes. I'll provide a link.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
There's a lot of the things in the video that don't touch on the same exact points, but it's a very good synopsis of what happened. And Jason, goes through it in his own words, and it's worth a listen.
What the fuck is up with that musical? I want to scratch my eyes.
Okay, so that music video was part of a campaign called the Global Night Commute. This is back in 2006, and the idea behind the Global Night Commute is that we're going to sleep out on the streets for a night to understand and have empathy for these kids that are having to do the same in rural Uganda. Accompanying it was this video. Why was it like this? Well, I think, 2006, High School Musical was popular. I think they wanted to put something on their show reel. They enjoyed musicals, and they saw this as the best way of relating to the kids. So I want to show the thing in full.
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location.
So you can do whatever you want with it. The footage I showed on the main channel video is about 30 seconds of a 7-minute video, so I'll understand if you want to opt out. Here's a timestamp so that you can just skip it if you just cannot take it anymore.
10 seconds. 5 seconds before insertion.
Just screen the video to a high school audience, right?
Fire in the hole!
So, oh shit, hold on. They're acting as their own sort of devil's advocate.
Crazy, we know, but and we don't know much.
Anyway, this is why I said he's a Californian dude. He's like,
I know. But, and we don't know much. We've never done this before. But we know that what America does gets noticed, and what the people in America do can't be ignored.
Come on, guys.
Road is a goal.
Hundreds before you have tried to end wars. What makes you so different?
It's not that way.
Damage in the world?
Target located. Second floor.
Why doesn't the Ugandan government just shoot that Johnson guy?
Target located. Second floor. Tango located.
That is a legitimate question. If you can hear in the background, I think this is loud enough. He goes, someone in the background yells, we're sleeping out in the street. Is there gonna be a bathroom?
You have dropped the diffuser.
We gotta do something. They respond to this huge, big, flashy. That's great. Okay, then let's give them what they want.
Here we go. Mark position.
Dance.
Fuck yeah. So I skipped a lot of this because it has a real long build up. But
Reloading!
Op 4 last operator standing. Oh. 15 seconds. Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
they're all skeptical, but then by the end, he's even got the principal dancing kind of thing. Oh look, they're giant now. I've had this song in my fucking head for the last 2 months.
Mission put Uganda deep inside your mind. It needs attention and intense to make it sparkle and shine.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm changing my mind.
I I tried so hard to get this shirt printed in time for this video release. I swear to God, I talked to like 4 t-shirt printers, but I couldn't find anyone who could do like this full pink shirt, and tracking down this particular photograph in high res was really quite difficult, and by the end I just sort of gave up. I'll see if I can provide like a high quality PNG for you after this, and if you want to go get your own t-shirt made.
Gotta shake it up and break it up, but let the war without a gun. We need to congregate and demonstrate so one day we can celebrate. We are here to change the world. Gonna change the world. We are here to change the world. Gonna change the world.
So that's the end of Act 1.
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location.
I don't know
April.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds before insertion.
Swappy mags!
Where's the plan? You gotta admire some of the coordination there.
Get out! Stop!
Yeah, break it down.
Hey, Trevor, God.
Okay, now, this is the big day. Did you brush your teeth?
I've got no idea who this kid is.
Did you bring your camera? Yes, Mom. You eat your broccoli. Mom, I'm trying to only walk.
That's Jason Russell's mom. It's on a Creative Commons license.
Secure the container.
I'm reloading.
Has converted.
Hostile activity. Securing the container.
Interesting about this video. So, you know, cringy as it is.
I'm reloading!
This sort of stuff, right?
10 seconds left.
Edited and directed it.
4 last operators standing. 5 seconds remaining. Securing the container once the threat is neutralized.
There's a guy who's
Securing the room.
You know the
We failed to secure the bio container in time. Op 4 wins.
Like Jesse Eisenberg and all those actors. Oh, hold on. Yeah, here he is. So, this guy, John M. Chu, he directed Crazy Rich Asians, Now You See Me Too, G.I. Joe Retaliation, like a lot of like big movies, definitely in the description of the video itself. John M. Chu helped direct and edit. I thought that was funny. But there was this weird other thing which I wanted to...
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location.
Before Jason Russell began to make the building boards, he was friends with John M. Chu. He still is. And he and his wife and John M. Chu wrote a musical called Moxie. And he sold it to Steven Spielberg. Nothing ever came of it. They never made it into
5 seconds to insertion.
But anyway, I just think it's this weird thing that should be mentioned somewhere. So Jason Russell sold a movie script with the help of John and Steven Spielberg.
Talk a bit about that car shooting.
I wanted to bring this a little bit up because in the video there's a scene where it says the car in front of us was shot by the LRA. While driving through a rural village,
The car was shot in front of us by a rebel army who was led by a guy named Joseph Kony.
And I think this is an example of Jason stretching the truth a little bit.
I'm reloading!
So they're on tour in Uganda, being driven around by this woman, local woman, pulls over to the side of the road and starts talking to the locals. They say, you better get out of here because there's just been a car fire on the side of the road. 2 people were killed and they quickly floor it and get to the next town, which is Gula. And there they speak to some of the Ugandan army.
We made it into the city.
Hostile spotted. First floor. Right harder! Moving Filipinka.
The LRA? What do you mean shot?
Blood out.
They used their gun. Was there any way the shooting? We were forced to stay in the town overnight.
The Ugandan army then describes to them what happened and that there was a shooting, confirming what the villagers said. But the way that Jason tells it and the way that it's written about is as though they were there to witness it, but they weren't. Everything is a second-hand account. I thought that was just unnecessary stretching the truth.
Op 4 last operator standing.
Do this sort of stuff to make a story more sexy, but it just didn't need to be.
How did invisible...
Secure the container.
2024. But this was
Op 4 eliminated.
First campaign. It wasn't open since 2005. They've actually got a number of very good programs that they continue with to today. It includes things like setting up schools, scholarships, even scholarships for some of the child soldiers that have come out of the jungle to try and reform them and reintegrate them back into the cities and villages. And they're campaigns that have actually been pretty effective. I don't think they got proper credit for a lot of that work. A few other things included a series of radio towers, an app that supposedly tracked the LRA, so essentially a warning system, get the hell out of there, they're coming your way, as well as basic infrastructure kind of stuff.
What was the Ugandan government's response to
Be
the
ready to eliminate hostiles.
2012 video?
The Ugandan Board of Tourism is not particularly happy in this video.
Wall reinforced!
People thought it was a war now.
Wall fortification!
10 seconds.
Ready. At them, so
5 seconds to insertion.
Why not come to it's not as bad as people are saying. Yes, damage, I think you'd call it. Okay, activated device. This one for this one. Marino Campo, former prosecutor for the International Criminal Court. If it comes out in the news that I committed suicide, also a historian, you can't have any of my stuff. I want it all to go to Frederick Knudsen so that he can make an investigative video. Because this guy seems pretty powerful, and he's into all sorts of shady dealings. So, Marino Ocampo. First of all, what was up with that plot? Well, I think he's a bit of a social climber. I think he wanted to get close to celebrities because he has a fascination with celebrity. And he likes to be in the spotlight himself. Did he really think that that plot was going to work? Probably not. I think it was a sort of, let's just see how far down the road we can get with this and see what happens kind of deal. But the point was to spend time with Angelina Jolie, and doing it. I think that's why he invited her to all sorts of other events as well. They've met up before several times. I don't think Angelina Jolie and Brad took it too seriously, to be honest. From what I read of the emails, they're just excerpts. I wasn't able to, batch of emails that were leaked. But I'm sure they get invitations to time, and the polite thing to do is oh yeah, no, we'll chat it over, and it sounds like a great opportunity, and then let nothing happen is usually the best course of action. So that's what I think they were thinking from their side. As I understand it, I don't have the emails. I don't actually know who has the emails anymore. I think it was just a small selection against him to try and hurt his character. He said, "I miss you."
Loading man!
Like the last of their correspondence, as is my understanding. And
down to 15 seconds. Time expires in 10 seconds.
So maybe it'll end it a bit awkward.
5 seconds
I
left.
haven't seen them together recently.
Op 4, last stop standing. Op 4 did not secure the container in time. Friendly mission a success.
In a corrupt institution like the UN, that is pretty difficult to not be into some pretty shady things. But as soon as he was finished with his tenure, which is about 8 years, I think, he went to a business associate of Gaddafi's. He was an oil magnate, and said to him, "Hey, why don't you give me a $2 million retainer? Because I know you may be being investigated, and I'll do nothing, and you can just pay me $2 million a year." The implication being that he would feed him information through his network of contacts.
Be ready to engage Op 4.
He was supposed to route with a shell company, which Marino owned, which sold luxury briefcases. Weird things going on.
Down to 10 seconds.
Reloading! The wrong jurisdiction.
Down to 5 seconds.
Ugandan Air Force were to bomb part-time Sudan. The second is
Then she's deployed.
So, they're an opportunistic group. They roam around. They stay in the place of least resistance. And they're also in the jungle. So it's pretty hard to pin them down. 3 is spread out. So you can see flat and huge swathes of forest. 4 is that they're a diminishing threat. Whereas the LRA at its peak had over 10,000 troops, they now have between 1 and 200. The long-term campaigns to have these people reintegrated back into the cities and villages is working for the most part. Most people have defected. Factor of all. Most of the people who are with Joseph Kony probably wouldn't actually want to bomb. So he's got kids with him, he's got young girls, essentially slaves, people that you want to help and save rather than kill. So here's a clip of Jason and Ben talking about that.
A lot of her comments were related to the fact that Joseph Kony is not by himself. Children and abducted fighters that are near him. And so any approach to stop him is sensible.
I think that's actually part of the delivery strategy by permanent hostage situation in some ways.
Let all those facilities go. Facilities were just /.
Money go. Well, that's a difficult question to answer because it's very hard to know without being.
Prevent further access to the biohazard container.
After Kony 2020,
I'm reloading!
Stop the hostiles from securing the biohazard container.
which is like 70%
One friendly remaining.
advertising, getting the message out, communications, all this sort of stuff.
Op 4 is securing the
30%
container.
goes
Stop the hostage.
ratio. But they're open and honest about it. Anyway, they raised $23 million.
15 seconds left.
3/10 of it goes to
Protect the
so
biohazard
they said,
container. Biohazard container securing pod.
gives us
Take out the
enormous
hostile.
success. Let's replicate that.
5 seconds remaining.
We're gonna
Op 4,
call it
last
the
stop
fourth
standing.
estate. It is even broader. And
Op 4
the
failed to
idea of
secure the
the
container in time.
is
Mission success.
an absolute upending of the power structure. Yeah, it's like it's. I don't even think they entirely knew what it was.
All 3 estates. A citizenship founded on the belief that all men and women in the world are created equal, and that justice for all is not a fantasy.
It just ended up being so vague, like end poverty, one of those kind of campaigns. Anyway, after the whole controversy, after Coney 2012 died out, and they hadn't been able to communicate or deliver any really concrete results, like, you know, Coney wasn't dead, Coney wasn't captured. People didn't really look at the fourth estate. You know, you can look at the difference in views. Like, one's 103 million, and the other's like 70,000. Incredible drop off. So they had spent a whole bunch of money producing the fourth estate, and then in the year 2013 they raised far less money. It was like 11 million, 12 million, something like that, less than half, right? But in that time they had started expanding their operations. So they went, okay, this model doesn't work, right? We're gonna have to take a new approach. And so since then, I believe what they have done is take what remains of that 23 million and put it towards long-term, small-scale, localized projects that actually are effective in the region. Flyer campaigns, building schools, infrastructure, education programs, radio tower networks, then outreach programs with other organizations. So in 2017, they closed their doors. But on the UN jobs page, they're still hiring. So they primarily, as I understand it, work with other organizations. That's what's being done with the money. It's mostly focused on those small-scale, long-term, localized projects. So it's my understanding that a good portion of that money has gone to the right place.
OMG. Have you seen that video of one of the founders of Invisible Children drinking and saying he's going to steal some of the money ?
I wanted to address this one quickly, just in case someone else brought it up and used it as a way to criticize Invisible Children. So I'll play the video.
About me. There's here 100,000 for Haiti and 900,000 extra for me.
Be ready to engage, Op 4.
Bandwagon. Hey. Africa. Guys.
So that was one of the founders of Invisible Children. The way this video presents is that he's drunk and saying that he's going to keep $900,000
10 seconds.
for himself and his organization, and one dude is going to go.
5 seconds left.
Wall reinforced! It's a joke. It's like absolutely a joke. This was published by TMZ shortly after the 2012 video when Jason was caught naked on street as a way to further discredit the character. And first of all, that Smirnoff bottle is filled with water. He's not drinking vodka. Second, the whole purpose of the video is to congratulate his co-workers. So they're in a different office across the country. And yes, congratulations, you secured a grant of $1 million as well as Haiti. Precise details of it. And he's just kind of right? They've been working on something for a long time.
Wall is reinforced!
And then, you know, he's making and this was presented as them stealing money from Haiti. That's a unfair thing to do.
His response to the whole thing.
So the LRA put out an official statement when the Coney 2012 video was released. They said, Indeed, this is not the first time the invisible children has been used to play such a dirty role. In Uganda, the invisible children have been used to cover up on many occasions for the vile acts of the US-supported military regime of Uganda in its dirty war activities that its army has carried out against the civilian population in northern, northeastern, and that's usually the LRA's purpose. They see the Ugandan government as illegitimate. Their purpose was open. And that's about it. They've had their run-ins with invisible children. They're not practical.
Were there any arrests over the vandalism?
I don't think so. Especially not for putting posters up everywhere, which is really just annoying. It's just littering. But some people did go around just spray painting Coney 2012 on things, including people's garage doors. That was investigated, although I don't believe anyone was ever arrested over it.
Why the HE double hockey sticks does George Clooney have a spy satellite?
Alright, so first thing to clarify is he doesn't own it. He's essentially renting it. It costs like $10 million just to launch the satellite at starting price, and the upkeep is... So he's partnered with Google and a whole bunch of other companies to do this. Supposedly, they've managed to achieve some things like
15 seconds left.
Destroy and some other evidence.
Time expires in 10 seconds. Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
What he says is that, well, if he is countered by the paparazzi, surely a dictator in Africa should be subject to the same level of scrutiny. I don't quite follow that logic.
I'd like indicted war criminals to enjoy the same level of celebrity as me. That seems fair. That's our objective, is to just shine a light on it.
But maybe it's doing some good. It's hard to say.
Where does Connie be at these days?
I don't want to pretend like I know more than I do, so I'll have to be very surface level on the
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
But this is what I understand. The LRA operates very opportunistically. They bumble around all these different areas on the border of the Central African Republic, the Congo, Uganda, sometimes Sudan, South Sudan. So he could be anywhere, really. It's most likely that he's somewhere in the Central African Republic. But it could also be that he's taking refuge in Sudan.
Down to 5 seconds.
For that, because I understand, we have seen a civil conflict between the LRA and the government of Sudan. Now in Sudan, in South Sudan, there was a conflict as well. Uganda supported the split and supported South Sudan. Sudan, the northern version of Sudan, the bad one, run by Bashar. He's not happy about that. So he funded the LRA as well as a bunch of more extremist Islamic groups in South Sudan and their operations in Uganda as well, which is interesting because the LRA stands for the Lords of Islam. They are one part army and in some ways one part cult. They're supposed to be a fundamentalist Christian group, but here they are. So a lot of this conflict has largely died down, but that doesn't mean that the relationship between is not existent anymore. So it may be that in the south of North Sudan, in a similar situation, possibly to like the way Bin Laden was being housed in Pakistan. A lot of that is hard to know. But again, I'm not going to pretend to know that I know what to do. Take all of that with a bowl-sized grain of salt. So, yeah, what is Joseph Kony up to these days? Fucking hiding out, or they're actively roaming around, just keeping out of the way of the local armies and waiting for the next opportunity to build up their forces again.
Got any more clips?
I won't make this easy for them.
Oh yeah, I was going to include this as well.
Masturbate.
Yeah, I just thought that.
One friendly operator remaining. Op 4 has deployed a diffuser. You need to destroy it.
In the video, and so I just sort of fixed it for him because it's like it's so low down on his face.
Kind of a traditional box of what you think about charity and nonprofit, and we break it.
diffuser located. Disable it. Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
There's no way to do it. Oh, this was a clip I didn't use. Don't know why I thought it was funny. I found this old clip, which I think is worth watching, of a young Philly D.
And jumping on this movement and actually doing something in real life. Because the point of Pony 2012 is to make Joseph Pony famous. People, whether in hiding or not, that is not a world I want to be in. And that's the point of Pony 2012, is to make Joseph Pony the most infamous man on the planet. To make it so that we can live light on the infection that is Joseph Pony's evil on this planet. So
I'll provide this too. This the green screen of Jason dancing. I figured someone would want that. And here's the one of on review.
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location.
And here's being called for a crime. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.
10 seconds before insertion. 5 seconds to go. You must recover the diffuser. The diffuser is now secured.
Thank you, all of my children. We're here today to test the launch of my new cyber rocket. With this, I pledge to you that we will have a man on the Earth by the year. But before we embark on this journey, we must talk about some of the mistakes so that we are not doomed to repeat them. Anyway, it was a sunny day in downtown, and people were coughing into each other's mouths as is customary.
You're going
You can't hide, Argus said.
douchebag. I'm a big f***ing man, and I'm gonna pull out my dick.
February. The virus is everywhere. Some were sneaking out.
Smoke grenade.
Others not taking it seriously. People were outside, going about their normal lives.
Cam deployed.
It was time for drastic action. So, the mayors and governors from around the world gathered together with a solution to the problem of sneaking out while grounded. Snitching hotlines.
Snitches get rewards.
Simply take a picture of
Drop the
and
diffuser.
text it to the official snitch line. Let those rule breakers in their
Loading new man!
Over here,
instant justice.
People need to get the message. Send a photo and we will make sure that enforcement comes right away.
New Yorkers did not take very kindly to this idea, so they decided to text the hotline instead. Another text came rolling in. Success. Let's open the first one. Surprise. Turns out people weren't just sending in tips, they were sending the whole shaft.
All friendlies have been eliminated.
Next. Just close it. I can't. It's just going faster. Pictures of people giving the finger. Dick pics, edgy Blasio memes. This isn't helping at all. Sir, our servers can't handle this amount of erotica all at once. Well, save some of the more tasteful nudes on this thumb drive and shut it down. And so it crashed. But the snitches forgot the first rule of snitching. Snitches get unmasked by state sunshine laws. In Missouri, they have them. 2 weeks after their own snitching program went live, turned out it was all subject to public record by anyone who requested it. So not only is all of this information not anonymous or private, it's published indefinitely on a government website with zero...
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its
I'm not going to put
location.
any of those details here. But if you live in Missouri and you're a bit curious...
The links, as always, are in the description down below.
In Washington and Louisiana, people were unmasked too. In Frisco, Texas, they made an app for snitching as well. But there was backlash and it was donated. In LA, the mayor's infamous...
10 seconds before insertion.
Statement was walked back. In Detroit,
5
a
seconds.
couple was fined $1,500 each for going on a drive to notice and posting photos on social media. Warned that if they do it again, they would be arrested. Except the photos were from a year ago.
We're not going to get everything right all the time, and we will make mistakes.
But worst of all was the UK.
9 coppers for one lad.
Well, you relax.
Ridiculous.
194 calls in a single month had been made regarding people leaving their homes without a license, and tens of thousands of
Frown down on telltales. There's even an old nursery rhyme.
Telltale tit, your tongue shall be slit.
You make any more noise, and I'm calling the police.
Show me what you've got. Yeah!
And yet, while normal everyday activities were being criminalized, regular crimes were being made de facto legal. Good job.
Clutch out.
And in major cities, it seemed as though everyone was going for the high score. People aren't afraid to go out on the street at night. What can we do to increase crime? I have an idea. In New York and LA, they experimented with reducing bail to 0. And they did exactly as you'd expect. But it wasn't enough. So they said, any burglaries up to $1,000 worth of goods. So you're telling me that I can steal up to $1,000 worth of goods, and the police won't even try to make an arrest?
Well, maybe one day, if somehow they're identified.
But you want everyone to wear a mask, too?
Yes.
So people walked up to the buffet and had their fill.
If you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go. What would shopping look like?
The diffuser is no longer in your possession.
To Amazon Go. We call it Just Walk Out technology. Whatever you like.
15 seconds.
No line.
10 seconds left.
No, seriously.
Shoplifters don't seem to care who's watching.
5 seconds
You got
left.
everything you want? You can just
The diffuser has been secured. Recover the diffuser. Friendly, last operator standing. You've run out of time.
Amazon Go.
Not enough crime. Release the felons. So it was ordered. Anyone who had non-violent misdemeanors serving sentences of less than a year or scheduled to be free in 30 days or fewer was released. And the results? Predictable. One man only lasted 37 minutes before being arrested again. Another man was arrested 3 times in one day. First for attempting to break into a vehicle, next for stealing items out of someone's front yard, and then again for stealing a vehicle. And each time he was arrested, he just moonwalked out of there.
For his 7th time, he got arrested for stealing a vehicle. So apparently he's not very good at it.
Crime rates went right through the ceiling. Famous criminal type. Tekashi69 was released early from his 18-month sentence and instantly broke Instagram and YouTube records with his live stream and music video. Other high-profile names asking for early release include R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Martin Shkreli, and our good friend Billy McFarland.
Okay, fuck, and ഇത്രയും നേരം മ്യൂട്ടഡ് ആയിരുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, ഫക്ക്, ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോഴാണ് ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചത്. ബുൾഷിറ്റ്. എനിവേസ്, ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു വന്നത് ഞാൻ നിർത്താൻ പോവുമായിരുന്നു തൽക്കാലം, കാരണം വേറെ ഡേയ്സ് ഒന്നും ഇല്ല. എനിവേസ്, തൽക്കാലത്തേക്ക് നിർത്തുവാണ്. ആൻഡ് പതിവ് പോലെ ഗുഡ് ബൈ, ജിജീസ്, ആൻഡ് ടു ബി കണ്ടിന്യൂഡ്. ബൈ ബൈ.
It worked, somewhat, as 30 prisoners soon tested positive for the virus.